What's going on? I'm imagining you are here because you want to learn how to do a bolter prefab. Because everywhere you look on YouTube, there is just simply not a video for this. Well, I'm here to give you a pretty detailed guide on how to do it yourself. Now, first things first, you want to come over here and grab your model that you're going to be using to put on this bolter. Make them look all nice and pretty. You know, mine is a nice little Raven Wing Assault for my Dark Angels. Now, what you're going to do is first off, you want to grab your bolter, should look like this, and drag it into your hierarchy. Next, first off, I'm going to hide this avatar real quick. Okay, next, what you're going to do is grab your bolter prefab. Either you have one, probably better than mine. This one isn't the best prefab, but it's the one I'm going to be using. I will drop this down into a link so you can download it for yourself. Anyway, you're going to grab this bolter prefab, then you're going to drag it into the bolter on the hierarchy on your left side. Now you're going to see all this stuff right here. It's completely fine. Go ahead, normal, we're going to fix that up. You're going to use these two arrows right here to adjust where you want it to shoot. Now, you're going to use this little point right here as where the particle ends. So you can get real nice up and personal. I tend to like to put it just right here at the edge of the muzzle. Right about there. Next, what you want to do is you want to click down on the hierarchy in the bolter prefab where it says particle. You'll be able to see where the particle is going. That's the funny bullets, all nice and good. Next, what you want to do is first off open up all of that stuff by doing the drop down menus. Then on everything that you see right here, just follow my lead. You're going to turn off the emissions of these particle systems right here. So for the particle, turn off the emission. It's going to be right here. The shell ejection, and before you turn off the shell ejection emission, you're going to want to come over here to the shell ejection itself and see where all the bullet casings are falling out of. Obviously, I would adjust to where the bullet casings should fall out from, such as where, they should. It's too late for me to tell what that is, but yeah. Anywho, now that you adjusted the shell ejection, turn off the emission. Audio source, you're going to want to come over here and turn off that check mark right there. Muzzle flash effect, turn off the emission. You're going to drop down menu on shooting, and then where you see fireball, turn off the emission, and the same with gun smoke, turn off the emission. Now you have this completely bare looking bolter. Now then, what you're going to do next is you're just going to adjust the bolter to whichever hand that you want it to be on. In my case, it's going to be the right hand, so I'm going to adjust it as such. Just going to adjust that, come down here, get it real nice and snug on the hand. Don't put it on there stupid like, then it's going to be a pain in the ass to look at in the game or in VR chat. Next, now that you have it all nice and adjusted onto your hand, you're going to do the drop down menu. Mine's already like this, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to drop down all the way down to your right or left hand, whichever one that you put the bolter on. Then you're going to grab your bolter itself and you're going to drag it up to the hand and click right there. Now it's attached to the hand and it won't be stupid whenever you're in game. Next, you're going to want to grab yourself a basic controller. I will also be putting a link to this into the description. And what you're wanting to do is you're going to want to put an avatar descriptor onto your model by just adding component, and it's right there. You just click that and then it's boom. Drop down menu, you're going to want to open up playable layers, which is going to be right here. Then you're going to click this on the FX and drag over your basic controller right into there. And then your animator is going to look like this, so you're going to have to do the drop down menu, and then you're going to also put your basic controller up here into the controller as well, just so it knows to use that controller instead of the basic one that it's been given. Next, you're going to want to create yourself some expressions. Now, I already put some here, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So, you're going to right click onto your assets, go up to create, VR chat, avatars, expression parameters, and then you're going to come back up here again and then do expressions menu. Then you're going to drag over your expressions menu and parameters. Don't worry about mixing them up. It won't let you put the wrong one in these little boxes. Once you dragged them in, you're going to come back over to your avatar, and I'm using a toggle assistant because I'm lazy, and I will be putting that in the description as well for you guys to download. But basically, you're going to right click, go all the way down here where it says create toggle, then I'm going to name it bolter. You can name it whatever. Create simple toggle. Now it's a toggle, and now you can hide the bolter by clicking on it right here in the hierarchy and then unchecking it. Now into the animation. Since you put on the basic controller, it's going to look like this, which is completely fine. This is what you want. Next, you're going to go over to your create new clip, click on it. For the new animation, you're going to put in shoot, save, and then you are going to click this little record button right next to the preview. Now that you're in recording, you're going to come over here to the particle systems that I told you to turn off the emissions earlier, and now you're going to toggle the emissions back on. So on particle, you're going to turn it back on shell ejection, turn it back on, audio source, turn that back on, muzzle flash effect, turn that back on, fireball, you get the point, and then gun smoke. Now that you have all these turned on, you're going to want to come over here to the audio source, which by going into the audio source for this specific prefab, you just go into bolter, and then this is it right here. What you want to do so the audio is not screwed up in the game is you want to come over here to the right side, and where it says load in background, yours is going to be checked off like this. You want to check that back on. You want it to look like this. You want it to be checked on. And then apply, and then good. Now that you made your little animation right here, you're going to go up into your animator by double clicking your basic controller. I don't know why it's like that, but next, you're going to come over here into the plus, click that, and then name it shoot. Then you're going to come over here to the settings, and then crank the weight all the way to 1. Next, you're going to make a new state by right clicking and then empty. Next, you want to come down here and grab your little shoot animation that you made earlier, and then you want to drag that right into there. Next, you're going to make a transition by right clicking onto new state and putting it over onto shoot, and then onto shoot, make a transition, and then put it onto new state. Now, for here, on the top one, you want to come over here to the right side, and where it says exit time, you put that to 0. Turn off has exit time, and then transition duration, you will also want to put that to 0. Next, you want to come over here to the conditions, click the plus, and now here's where it says gesture left. That means the gesture is going to be on your left hand, which you don't want because my bolter is on my right hand. So you're going to come over here to the gesture, and where it says gesture right, you click on that, Then go over to greater, drop that down, go to not equal, and then 1. Next, you want to come down to the bottom, do all the same stuff up here, and then you want to come back down here, and again, go to gesture right. This time you want to put equals, and then 1. Now, you are completely done on making a bolter prefab. Like I said, it's not too hard, but it might take some getting used to. Really look over onto this. If you have any complaints, please put them in the comments. If I messed it up, I'm sorry. I'm still not absolutely an expert on this, but this is what you get the point. Yeah, I'm sorry it's late for me. But besides that, I hope you have fun with your bolter. I will be putting more guides onto different things later, and I will see you then. Thank you for watching.